Hello everyone and welcome back to another one of my Mythic Mobs tutorials. Today we're going to be covering the AI, well pretty much the RunAI mechanics. There's two of them. So RunAI Goal Selector and RunAI Target Selector. I'm not going to explain in this video what all the AIs are and what they can do. Instead, I highly suggest you explore that on your own because this one's going to be more of an advanced mechanic, definitely one that you need to have a prior understanding of how the AIs operate. Before really going through and attempting these, well, what we're going to be going through today. So if you haven't already, please definitely make sure to do so. You probably thought I was going to start talking about my Discord, didn't you? Well, now I am. If you haven't already, hop on over into my Discord channel. Link will be in the description below. Lots of good stuff going on over there. Lots of good content. All my new videos are always getting posted over there. Lots of questions being asked. Lots of things being learned. It's a good time. Definitely go check it out if you will. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So for this tutorial, we're actually going to be picking up where we left off with the previous AI mechanic tutorial, which was the set AI. That was basically a true-false tutorial. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and open up our old file that we had here. As well as if you stuck around with me to the end for this one, you can see I put a new item in here. We'll cover that as we get to it. That'll be at the end of this video. But for now, we're going to go ahead and just kind of play around with stuff that does not require Crucible. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and create a new mob here. We're going to call him Skellypet. Okay, type skeleton. We're pretty much going to do everything we normally do with our zombies, just so that way that we can know that it's going to work, but we're also going to just be changing it up a little bit. You'll see what I'm talking about, but I think it's a lot cooler this way in my opinion. You'll see what I'm talking about. Drops true. We're not going to really worry about all the other options that we normally get because we actually want this one to attack us. With that being said, I actually forgot to change something. So equipment. Let's do iron axe in their main hand. Okay, and we actually don't need to do, well, I guess we can do more from here. So what I'm gonna do, let's see, I'm gonna leave its health and damage the same. So what I am gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and get started with the RunAI. So we're gonna start with a goal selector first. AI goal selector. You literally type it out just as it sounds. RunAI goal selector. Here you're going to type goal equals, and then you can pick a list of goals that are available. If you go to the wiki, there's a custom AI tab that you can click on that has a list of all the AI goals as well as targets. Right now we're just playing with goals. We're going to set it to flee players at self on damaged, and then we'll say equals 50%. Actually, we'll do it less than. You'll see why as we go. So theoretically, whenever we summon our skeleton, it should start running away as soon as it takes damage when it's below half health. So let's go ahead and reload. Spawn Skellypet. There we go. Okay, so I misconfigured something here. Let's go ahead and fix that. We're gonna iron axe 0. Yep. Okay. Let's go ahead and just reload that again. There we go. Wow, he changed really quickly. Holy cow. All right, so we're in God mode right now, so that's why he's not really hurting me. As you can see, he's getting a little confused. I don't know if that's because he's trying to run the AI a little early. There we go. Okay, so we got him below half health, and as you can see, he's like trying to run away, similarly to how animals do whenever you attack them. And that's just kind of where he is. So say, let's see, I'm gonna give him a boss bar here in a minute. That's what I'm gonna do, just kind of make this easier. Okay, so let's give him a boss bar. Boss bar. Title. Let's do, I want to be able to see his HP. So we'll do like mob.hp / mob.maxhp. Okay, I forgot the one important thing. Enable true. Okay. Color, we'll do red. Style, solid. This is my favorite setup. Anyone who's seen me use boss bar, you know that I pretty much always do the same thing. I just like the way it looks. Okay, so now that we have that set up, we can kind of more see where it's going to be at when it starts. We're also going to do a different thing here. We're going to do heal amount equals 1 at self on timer 20, and then we'll also do that. So we'll do less than, I guess, less than 60%, just so that way once he goes above this threshold, he'll change back. There's a couple of things I do want to keep covering in this tutorial as we go. I haven't gotten around to them yet, but you'll see what I'm talking about as we get there. What we're going to do, now that we have this set, I know we're doing a lot at once here. We're going to go ahead and duplicate this line. We're going to move it down below this one. We're going to change it to melee attack. At self on timer 20, and then we'll do like above 50%, just so that way let's change that to below 51%. That way it's these two are evening out correctly. So that means when it's at 51% or higher, he's going to swap back to melee attacking, but when he's below 50%, he's going to run away. Okay, let's go ahead and reload. I'm probably going to need a sword, so I will do just like wooden sword. 1. Okay, another reload just to make sure. And M spawn scaly pet. Okay, so we see his health there. That's his health, that's his max health. You need to type stuff out to be able to identify it better. I just know because this is what I typed, so I know which one's which. Okay, so as you can see, he's still like trying to attack. Bam. I'll probably have to switch the on damage to on timer, really. But you can see when he's below a certain amount of health, he starts healing back. That's good. And notice how it stopped where we wanted it to. It's a little... Come on, you. It's a little buggy doing it with on damaged. It's probably better to do on timer, to be honest. So let's go ahead and swap that over. RunAI goal selector, goal melee attack. Yep. Okay. So now if we just reload. Okay, so I actually had to swap a couple of numbers around in order to get this to work. It's kind of buggy, but it does work. So I decided to swap all the numbers back to 50%. I know I did it a little bit differently last time, but this time it helps too. As well as one thing I forgot to mention is we actually need to run AI goal selector clear before doing other goal selectors, at least when it's different than their normal AI. Melee attack it'll go back to regularly, but fleet players, skeletons usually don't, so you have to make sure you add clear in front of it. So now if we heal, I'm going to set this back to 55% too, so it heals higher and goes above that threshold here. We're going to go ahead and reload again. M spawn skelly pet. Okay, so he's going to attack us. And as you can see now that he's below half, he's running away. He heals up to 11 because that's what I set him to, just to make this a little bit more, you know, certain. And now that he's below 11, he's running again. And now that he's at 11, he should turn around any second now and attack me. It's being, like I said, it's kind of a buggy mechanic, but it does work. It just takes a lot of playing around with. And sometimes those numbers round up too, so that's what also kind of throws it off. Just something to keep in mind. Yep, there we go. See, he ran away for a little while and then eventually turned around. So what I usually recommend doing is making sure that your heal goes above, if they are healing, that it goes above the threshold that you have set here. Since I'm playing with 20 as a max HP, it's going to be a little pretty close for comfort on this one. So if I do like below 60%, yeah, it should be guaranteed that he's going to, you know, turn back around and start attacking me. So we're going to give him some time here to heal up because I did just hit him twice. 12. Okay, yep, see, so there's a guarantee. Usually you just want whatever healing threshold you have to be a little bit higher than whatever you're playing with down here for the goal selectors. Because he ran away, now that I get close. Again, still a little weird, but it will work. You might, and to be honest, you might even have to change the target selectors, so we're going to go ahead and kind of show how that one works. So when we have it set to clear and fleet players, we're going to go ahead and duplicate, actually no, we're not going to duplicate that one. We're going to duplicate melee attack. And then, let's see, we're actually going to change it up a little bit. So RunAI target selector. Target equals, we'll say clear. So let's see. We're gonna set that here. Sorry, I realize we're doing a lot of jumbled around. This is just actually a little bit more complicated than I initially thought it was when doing this tutorial, so just bear with me. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and just kind of separate this a little bit so we can kind of see better what we're doing here. So we run the AI goal selector clear, target clear. That means he's not going to do anything and he's not going to attack or target anything either. And then he's going to run away. Now when we have AI target selector clear, when we have the next AI target selector when he's ready to fight again, one, if you duplicated it like I did, make sure to switch this to greater than instead of less than. And then we're going to swap this back to players. Okay, so we're going to reload here. We're going to spawn them in, and this should be like a more surefire way of making sure that it's going to work. Yeah, see, so he just like runs for his life and then immediately turns back around. Since we're doing it on a timer, it's not going to be instant because there is a 1 second delay. And as you can see, like I said, it's a little weird, a little finicky, but it does work. So you just you have to be patient with it. As you have higher max health, it'll be a lot easier to play with the percentage values. But since the max health is 20, it means every 5 is like, what, 5%? Or no, not 5. Sorry, every 5 is 25%. So I'm playing with very vague values. But that's essentially how you can run AI targets and AI goals. As you can see, when I have it down here to swap back, I don't need to do clear again. I can just set it back to where he was originally. This is the regular skeleton AI right here, assuming your skeleton has like a melee weapon instead of a bow. Otherwise, there'll be other complicated mechanics such as like strafe and such like that. You know. So let's go ahead and kill him off. Now we're going to be working with the Mythic Crucible version of these skills. So if you do not have Mythic Crucible, this part of the tutorial isn't going to be for you. There's not going to be any way for you to replicate this otherwise. So everybody else, if you don't already have Mythic Crucible, I appreciate you all watching this far. I know it was kind of a cluster of a video. Like I said, it just ended up being a little bit more complicated than I initially realized, especially when we're playing with percentages that are extremely close, because the max health was literally only 20 instead of like 500 or something. So thank all of you for watching. For everybody else, let's go ahead and move on to how to use this with Crucible. So what I did initially, we're going to go ahead and kind of condense this down, because we're gonna be commenting all of this out. And now we have a different thing that we can do. We don't even actually need any skills if we're doing this through Crucible, which is the cool part. But we are gonna need to make skills for us. So I created a new skill file, AI mob skills. This is gonna be for Mythic Crucible users. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do, let's see, I believe for this one, what I had it set to originally was set owner at trigger. Okay. Next was, I believe, run AI target selector target equals clear at self. Okay. Next, we're going to do target equals monsters. Alright, so now that that's set, we actually need to do goal selectors. So run AI goal. I don't know why I can't type today. Selector goal equals I believe it was go to owner first at self, and then we had melee attack. Now what's cool is when you run this mechanic, you can actually add multiple selectors for each thing, and it'll pretty much add all of them to its current AI. So you don't have to worry about like, wait, isn't it clearing though, and then going to monsters, and you know, and then going back to attack us when there are no monsters. Well, thankfully, no, it actually will not do that. Now that we have that set, what we're gonna do, we're gonna add a couple of things to a couple of visuals just so we know that it works. So we're gonna do particles, P equals cloud, HS equals 0.3, VS equals 0.5, Y equals 1, at self. Now the reason we're doing a lot of this at self is because we're actually going to be utilizing the pseudo skill mechanic for our item that we use. So particles, next we're gonna do sound, S equals block.fire.extinguish at self. So this is going to be how we know it worked. Next, like I said, you can see I already have this set up. What I did was I pretty much took our diffuser item from the last tutorial, changed it up, and added a few things. So I did pseudo skill equals hypnotized. That's the skill that we just set up right here. You're going to want to put cat equals true. This means caster as trigger. So that means whenever this skill activates, us, the player, are going to be the trigger that it's targeting right here. And then at target on use, this just means whatever we're looking at whenever we right click. So now that we have all that set up, let's go ahead and reload. Let's get ourselves the item. So MMI get hypnotic bone. Okay, make sure you scroll off of it and back onto it because Mythic Crucible is kind of weird like that. And then we're going to spawn in the skelly pet again. Okay. So right now he's going to be attacking us, as you can see. But if we just right click him now, notice how he's not like running at us with his axe raised in the air anymore. Now he's just kind of a neutral mob. So if we run away, he's going to try and stay within a certain radius of us. That's one of the cool things about the goal selector. You can actually set go to owner and then like put a number here. I think like 20. This is going to be the range that you have to be within for him to go to you. So if you're like 20 blocks away, he won't bother, but if you're within 20 blocks, he'll stop where he is and then go to his next goal. It's kind of a cool thing. You can kind of change that as you want. But just to kind of show you that this is working, let's go ahead and spawn in another mob. So damage dummy. So as you can see, he just immediately started attacking that zombie for us. It's a little shy all of a sudden. It's kind of weird. One thing I want to let everybody know too is reloading apparently will change the AI from what I was told. Doesn't seem to be, but I heard there is an occasional bug where reloading while their AI is changed using these mechanics will cause them to revert back to their normal state. So I'm going to spawn in another one here. Let's see if he's actually going to... Yeah, there we go. So look at him go. He's going right for that damage dummy. He's messing him up. Look at him go. Look at my little army here. I'm so proud of them. And now if we run away, look, they're still following us. How cool. Of course, there are some conditions you might want to set for this kind of thing. So like our bone is using this hypnotize pseudo skill. You might even want to add a condition to it so you're not doing this, because right now this will work on literally any mob at all. So you might want to do like, I don't know, conditions, mob type equals skeleton, true, or something like that. There are, I can't remember what the condition is actually called, but I do believe it is called mob type. This way you can kind of set whatever mob that you want instead of it being like, oh look, a creeper, it's on my side now, or oh look, a spider, it's on my side now. You can kind of make it specific to whatever type of mob just by using this condition. It's entirely up to you. But you know, that's actually kind of all that I have for all of you today. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please make sure to subscribe and give me a thumbs up on the video. It'll help me greatly. It'll allow me to reach more people, as well as push more content for everybody to see. So if you help me, I will continue to help you. I'll continue to help you regardless. I would just appreciate if you help me too. Anyway, that's all I have for you. So thank you all so much for watching, and I can't wait to see what you come up with in the future.